Hello, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us tonight on News West 9's special primary election show. I'm Alex Camerata. The polls have been closed for about 3 hours now, and the results from races across the Permian Basin and the state have been coming in. We have team coverage for you tonight. Our News West 9 team is all here to break down every big race for you on the ballot. We've got Tyler Dupnick. He's out in Midland keeping an eye on the hotly contested race for Midland County Sheriff. Also in Midland, Jason Freund live tonight at the County Elections Office Annex building. He'll be updating us with live results for the race for Midland County District Attorney, as well as the results for the Midland County Commissioner Precinct 1 seat. And in Odessa, Hunter Alcocer, he is closely following the race for the Ector County Commissioner Precinct 1 seat. Let's go ahead and get our show started with that race for Midland County Sheriff. This year's candidates for the March primary are Republicans running unopposed. Now on the ballot, incumbent Sheriff David Kreiner, former Midland County Sheriff Chief Deputy Rory McKinney, and Justin Painter. He's the son of the late former Midland County Sheriff Gary Painter. Let's see where that race stands tonight. As you can see, it looks like the incumbent David Kreiner is going to unofficially take it. 51% of the vote there. McKinney in second at 34%, and Painter coming in at 15%. Again, looking like David Kreiner unofficially going to take that win, the incumbent going to stay as the Midland County Sheriff. Let's go out now to News West 9's Tyler Dupnick. He is live right now with Sheriff Kreiner at his watch party. And Tyler, what are the vibes like there now that Sheriff Kreiner is going to be back in office?
Yeah, good evening, Alex, here at the watch party for Sheriff David Kreiner. Folks, we're keeping close tabs on the newswest9.com for these voting results and handshakes and high fives and celebrations all around as the unofficial results looking very good. I'm going to go and welcome in Sheriff David Kreiner now. And Sheriff, you guys it seemed like some nervous energy tonight. You guys were keeping close eye on things, but how are you feeling now? The unofficial results look very good in your favor.
It's a great relief, and just proves that God is sovereign. I promise that all the time, that God's Lord of my life. And I've been praying to him every day, and it just proves that God knows what's going on and he cares about Midland County. I look for another 4 years.
Yeah, absolutely. Another 4 years, and we had a lot of celebrations tonight. What are you looking forward to continuing to do as Sheriff of Midland County?
Just going forward with what we have now, we've already built the foundation and be recognized across the state, have the best training facility, the best guys. Our guys work their tails off every day. Our jail staff is #1 in the state, and we've proven that with the salaries we've given them. Just a win-win for Midland County tonight. I thank the citizens for voting me back in.
Yeah, definitely. Can you speak on some of the challenges you'll be faced with?
Challenge right now are our budget to get these guys paid what they need to be paid. That's a big obstacle I'm going to have probably next Commissioner's Court. I'm hoping to get them up to where the city makes, or maybe more, because these guys deserve it. They fight their life every day on the streets every day, and they fight crimes, and they solve crimes, and the good guys are always going to win in Midland County, not the bad guy.
Definitely. When we've spoken previously, you've talked about the close relationships that you have with folks in the State Department, Steve McGraw and people like that. I mean, how significant is it to have those relationships, and how important is that for the future of Midland County?
It speaks volumes because, I've got Dan Patrick on my phone. I've got Steve McGraw on my phone. Steve and I go way back. We're both DPS. He's still DPS. And Dan Patrick's been in my corner the whole time saying, hey, call me if you need me. And August Pfluger, he's a big supporter of mine as well. I think August, what he's done for me as well. Dustin Fawcett in Odessa, he supported me as well. Mike Griffiths, Seth Herman, Mike Gerke, we're all family. We're all rooting for one another. I appreciate the relationships.
Definitely, because it's not, you're obviously the Sheriff of Midland County, but it's the West Texas camaraderie, right? It's all a fight together, right?
Yeah, and we have a quarterly luncheon once a quarter at the Petroleum Club, and I host that because we invite everybody together in one table setting. We had 36 last December. That speaks volumes. People say, what's going on in West Texas? And we're different, and we're blessed to be out here where we are.
Definitely, and I think I know the answer to this one. You touched on a little bit, but are the bad guys going to keep on losing in Midland County?
They're not even in the game. Yeah, don't even come in the game because you're going to lose in Midland County. We're going to stick close to the law. We're going to fight crime like we have been.
Sounds good. Well, thanks for the time, Sheriff Kreiner. Congratulations on the victory tonight. Yes, sir.
Thank you so much.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Sheriff Kreiner, victorious tonight. Alex here, the watch party, cowboy hats raised in the air. Midland County Sheriff David Kreiner, 4 more years. Back to you, Alex.
Thank you.
All right, Tyler, thank you. And we know that the race for Midland County Sheriff was a close one. Rory McKinney and Justin Painter coming in second and third, respectively. We were able to talk with both McKinney and Painter earlier this week before the election to hear what their next steps are now for the future.
Maintain, stay right here in Midland, Texas. All my kids are here. We have grandkids that are here, so yeah, we're not moving off. We're going to keep on with the community and keep helping the community wherever we can.
I plan to stay with the MISDPD, continue to work, stay right here in Midland because I ain't going nowhere, and then in 4 years, run again.
Let's now turn toward another big vote in Midland County. It's the race for district attorney. You'll remember late last year, DA Laura Nodoff announced that she was not seeking re-election. Two new Republican candidates are on the ballot tonight, running unopposed. Jason Freund joins us tonight from the Midland County Elections Office, where he's closely following the race for DA. Jason, what more can you tell us here tonight?
All right, well, Alex, we are going to go ahead and see the results for Midland County District Attorney's race for this year's primary elections. As you can see right now, the unofficial final results have Glenn Harwood in the lead with 68% of the votes, followed by Kyle McCardle, who will be the runner-up with 32% of the votes. This puts Glenn Harwood as the elected representative for the Republican Party, which will go into this year's November election. I was able to speak with Harwood earlier about what his plans were as new district attorney.
Well, the first thing I'll do is begin to restore the public's confidence. And I think that a change in leadership at that office is the first step. And that confidence will continue to be restored through good performance. The next thing I'll do is I'll start working on the relationship with law enforcement. The police department, the sheriff's office, and the DA's office should be working hand in hand, not stabbing each other in the back. And there should be mutual trust and respect, and I'll work on that.
All right, now we are going to take a look at the Midland County Commissioner Precinct 1 race between Charles Hall and Terry Luck. Now, since there are no Democrats running in this race, Hall and Luck are running unopposed. Our unofficial final results have Hall up in the race with 64% of the votes. Meanwhile, Luck is trailing behind with 36% of the votes. This means Charles Hall will move forward into the fall elections as the representative for the Republican Party. I was able to speak with Hall, and he told me what this means for him moving forward.
Mainly just keep going the direction we are. Roads is our #1 priority, roads and budget. And we're doing an excellent job on roads. We're further along with roads than what I thought we would be 10 years ago.
All right, Alex, that's going to wrap it up for me out here in Midland. Back to you.
Jason, thank you. Time now to move over to Ector County, where we're following a few races there, a couple of big ones on the ballot. We're going to go ahead and start with the race for the Ector County Commissioner's Precinct 1 seat. There's 4 candidates on the ballot, so we will break it down 2 at a time. Let's see how the polls are looking right now. For that Ector County Commissioner's Precinct 1 seat, it looks like the incumbent Mike Gardner going to win again, 64% of the vote, 615 voting for Gardner over Linda Angley. So right now, looking pretty good for Gardner. And let's move on now to the other 2 candidates for that County Commissioner Precinct 1 seat. Larry Robinson getting 13% of that vote, David Shaw at 11%. Right now, looking like Mike Gardner, the incumbent, will win that race. News West 9's Hunter Alcocer, he is live in Ector County tonight with the incumbent and projected winner, it looks like, for Precinct 1, Mike Gardner. Hunter, how is Mr. Gardner feeling as these votes are coming in?
That's right, Alex. I'm out here at the Ector County Annex with Mike Gardner, who is the current Commissioner of Precinct 1. Commissioner, how are you feeling right now with the results that have been coming as of late?
Well, I like the results so far. We're edging up a little bit since early voting, and we still have some pretty large centers to come in, and so but it's nice to be where I'm at right now. I enjoy that right now, but I'm not overconfident about it till we get all the way to the end of it.
Now, this isn't your first rodeo when it comes to campaigning and everything like that. How does this campaign this time around compare to the last time you did?
Well, this time we have 3 opponents. Last time I had 2, and so and of course learning the ropes, getting one behind you helps a lot. But you know, we had COVID last time, so it was different. You know, this time it's just full blown. Everybody get out and vote now, and there's not the COVID restriction stuff we had last time. So I think that, you know, that brings more people out. But we'll have to wait and see. But so far, I like it. Hopefully, we just continue to trend up and build on that 55%.
And you know, what have people told you on the campaign trail? Oh. All right, then. All right, guys, we're going to take it back to you guys there at the station. We'll be continuing our coverage down here at the Annex. Alex?
All right, Hunter, thank you. And another race on the ballot is for Ector County Commissioner of Precinct 3. Let's see how that race is turning out here tonight. There are two Republican candidates on that ballot. It's Samantha Russell against the incumbent Donald Stringer. And it looks like in a very close race that Samantha Russell just edging out right now Stringer unofficially 51% to 49%. You can see how razor thin that is, 599 to 565. Extremely close. Again, unofficial, but projected right now that Samantha Russell is going to win that Ector County Commissioner Precinct 3 seat. We actually caught up with her to hear what she said.
I decided to run because I wanted to make a difference. I wanted somebody representing me that would spend my money the same way that they would spend their own, if not even more so, carefully. I believe that Precinct 3 deserves somebody that is going to work hard, get things done, have an open door policy, be accessible, someone that's going to answer emails, return phone calls. And so that's why I'm running. I want to make a change.
All right, before we take a quick break here, let's go ahead and check on how the race for Ector County Republican chair is shaping up. Donna Kelm at 59%, looking like she's going to beat the incumbent Tisha Crow, who had 41% of the vote there. So two incumbents going down here, it looks like, for those Ector County chair positions. Hey, don't go anywhere just yet. Coming up next, we've got more local and state races to cover. We're back in 2.5 minutes. Hey, welcome back to our primary election show tonight. We've been following a lot of races important to our local community, and we still have a couple more to get through. First, let's look at how things are going outside of Midland, Odessa. Jolena Okazaki is here with us tonight in studio to break down some other races here in the Permian Basin. What can you tell us?
Yeah, so it's not just Midland, Odessa, Alex. We're actually focusing on a whole lot more outside of the area. We have the unofficial final results across the other West Texas towns. So first, let's start off in Big Spring with Howard County Commissioner's Precinct 3 race. So here is what the polls are looking like. It looks like incumbent Jimmy Long is in the lead with 66% of the vote, followed by Anna Scott with 34%. So of course this now puts incumbent Jimmy Long in front of the race, where he will now head into the November elections representing the Republican Party. And then next up, we'll head on over to Andrews with the Andrews County Commissioner Precinct 1 race. Now, incumbent Kerry Pack is in the lead right now with 68% of the vote, and he's leading by 162 votes. That's followed by Lex Crawford with 32%. So, of course, putting Kerry in the lead, that is the unofficial winner of this year's primary race. And next up is the Andrews County Commissioner Precinct 3 seat. This race had 4 Republican candidates on the ballot. So we have Vernon Buddy Hobbs with 30% of the vote, followed by Janine Andrig with 25%. So of course Vernon leading with 27 votes so far. Then we have Andy Hoverston with 25% and Sean Carruth with 20%. So 3 candidates that weren't that far behind. So this race also looking like it's going to head to a runoff. And then switching things over to Pecos, the Reeves County Sheriff's race, a little bit of a close one with 2 Democratic candidates fighting for that seat to head into the November election. So the poll showing incumbent Art Granado up 76%, and then Jose Saldana holding 24% of the county's vote. So of course making Granado the unofficial winner of the Democratic Party in this sheriff's race. And as we stay in Reeves County, there is another hot race on the ballot this year for County Commissioner Precinct 1. 5 people on the ballot this time. So right now, Louise Moore has 31% or 32% of the vote. Federico Contreras Jr. with 32% as well, and then Ken Winkles with 17%. And then we also have Javier Castro with 6%, Arturo Roman with 13%. So this race, also a really close one, looks like it could head to a runoff. And then taking a look at the last contested race over in Pecos, the Reeves County Commissioner Precinct 3 race with Paul Hinojos at 48%, Gilbert Herrera with 39%, and then Lupe Herrera with 13% for the Democratic ticket. So Hinojos in the lead right now, where he will move into the fall election. So again, just to wrap this all up, these are the unofficial final numbers. And I know, Alex, there's a whole lot more to cover with these races. I'm going to send it back to you.
Yeah, Jolena, thank you. A lot more to cover and a lot of close races as we're seeing tonight. Now, Loving County, New Mexico will be holding another election after accusations of voter fraud. This all comes after a lawsuit was filed claiming some people were casting ballots that shouldn't be. News West 9's Crystal Cruz gives us some more background on this. Crystal?
This all started when 3 losing candidates filed a lawsuit challenging the 2022 election results in November and December for 3 races. County Commissioner Precinct 2, a combined district and county clerk position, and Justice of the Peace. That JP race ended in a tie in November, so a December election had to be held to determine a winner. The lawsuit claims voters who lived outside of the county illegally cast ballots in both elections. It cites the latest census numbers showing Loving County had 65 residents, but there were 110 registered voters, so more people could vote than actually lived there. The lawsuit challenged approximately 24 voters' eligibility to cast ballots, questioning everything from the address on their driver's license and mailing addresses to where they worked and even their homestead exemptions. In December of last year, a judge ruled 10 voters were not eligible to cast ballots because of clear and compelling evidence they did not actually live in Loving County. As a result, 2 of the elections will have to be held again. That's for Justice of the Peace and County Commissioner Precinct 2. That's because the number of ineligible voters exceeded the winner's margin of victory. It's still unclear if those people who voted illegally will be criminally charged. In 2021, state lawmakers passed a new law making it a crime to establish a residence to influence the outcome of an election. Alex?
Thank you, Crystal. And hey, we've covered a lot of races throughout our coverage tonight. And if you voted for the first time this year or you've been voting for many years now, you've noticed there are 2 types of races on the ballots, contested and uncontested. Now, a contested race has more than one candidate for that position, be it a Democrat, Republican, or say both. But what happens in an uncontested race? News West 9's Victor Lopez is here to tell you tonight.
Alex, by definition, an uncontested race during an election is one where the number of candidates is the same or less than the number of places available. But let me put it in everyday language. Basically, if there's only one position up for grabs and only one person running for it, that is an uncontested race. Now, there are too many examples on today's ballots to mention them all, so I'll just hit a few of the big ones. So in Ector County, the race for State Representative District 81, Brooks Landgraf is the only candidate on the ballot. There are no candidates on the Democratic ballot, so he is running unopposed or uncontested to keep his seat. Another example on the ballot, Congressman August Pfluger right here. He's the only candidate on the ballot for U.S. Representative District 11 race. So again, this race is uncontested. In the end, what this means is if there's only one candidate running for any one particular office with no one running against them, that candidate is pretty much guaranteed to win that seat come November. That is basically politics 101 at the end of the day. If you're running a race against yourself, who's going to cross the finish line first? Back to you, Alex.
All right, Victor, thank you. And Jordan, a nice day to go out there and cast a vote at the polls. Mother Nature definitely cooperating with Election Day. How's things looking going into tomorrow?
Well, tomorrow I'm noticing a lot more cloud cover. And of course, it was warm today, so does that mean the same thing for tomorrow? I get the details coming up. Stay tuned for that. Hey, welcome back, everyone. This is going to be a bit short. Of course, we're covering elections. It makes sense. So we're jumping right into it. A weather picture of the day from Linda Hopper out of Stanton. Beautiful with a lot of the cirrus clouds that we had across the entirety of our region. You can just feel the warmth across the area. How warm? Well, got up to 76. That's about 8 degrees above average. Even our mornings still staying above average as well. Heading into right now, well, about 55. Not too bad. Dew point humidity. It's low. Okay, it's West Texas. It's decently dry, 13-mile-an-hour winds. Future track over the next couple of days, not showing anything too drastic other than a large increase in cloud cover for tomorrow. Going into late in the evening into early Thursday, I see some slight rain chances trying to sneak their way through. I'm not looking at anything severe, isolated showers more than anything else, and that's going to be basically it. Temperatures do take a tumble after that happens. Remember, Sunday, change your clocks because, yeah, we have to do that. Back to you, Alex.
All right, Jordan, thank you. After the break, we'll go ahead and take a look at how the polls are looking for the presidential primary race and the Texas U.S. Senate seat. Welcome back. We continue on with our election coverage. We told you all about some key local races. Let's go ahead now and see how the race for the Republican primary for president is turning out. We know that several candidates have dropped out of the race in both the Republican and Democratic parties. So we'll only get into the top 3 candidates tonight. Now, to find the results for all candidates running, make sure to check out our website, newswest9.com. For the GOP, it's looking like former President Donald Trump is going to take the Texas vote for president. 78% for Trump over Nikki Haley at 17%, and uncommitted voting 2% there. So Trump looking like he will be on the ballot there in November. Now for the Democrats in the presidential primary race, President Joe Biden carrying an 85% of the vote over Marianne Williamson with 4% and Armando Perez Serrato. So this is shaping up to be a rematch of the 2020 election in November between President Joe Biden and former President Donald Trump. Now, for a full list of candidates and the results in the Texas presidential primary race, again, head over to our website. Now, another big race happening here in Texas is for the U.S. Senate. Tonight, Senator Ted Cruz taking a commanding lead, 88%, the incumbent Cruz over Holland Red Gibson at 6%, and Rufus Lopez getting 5% of the vote at 69% reporting there, so Cruz looking good. Checking in on the Democratic race for the Senate seat, well, Colin Allred is at 59% right now with 66% reporting. There were several candidates. We're showing you the top 3 right now. Roland Gutierrez with 17% and Mark Gonzalez grabbing 9% of that vote. So Colin Allred looking like he's going to take that Democratic seat for the Texas Senate. Let's move on to the race now for Texas Railroad Commissioner. Here's an updated look at the Republican candidates tonight. The incumbent, Christy Craddock, and Midland native getting 53% of the vote there. Again, 55% voting. This is still numbers coming in unofficially right now over James Jim Matlock carrying 26% and Christy Clark with 11%. So the Midland native and incumbent Christy Craddock looking good for the Republican Railroad Commission. For the Democratic Party in the race for Texas Railroad Commissioner, we've got Catherine Colbert at 67% of the vote. She is over Bill Birch right now at 33%. Again, that is for the Democratic Texas Railroad Commissioner seat, shaping up to be Birch going against the incumbent Craddock for a showdown here coming up in November. Hey, don't go anywhere just yet, because after the break, we're going to update you on some of our big local races one last time after the break. Welcome back. Before we let you go tonight, let's get you caught up on some of the big local races from tonight's primary. We're going to start off with the unopposed Republican race for Midland County Sheriff. This was a close one between Sheriff David Kreiner, Rory McKinney, and Justin Painter, and it looks like the incumbent David Kreiner is going to unofficially win again, re-elected as the Midland County Sheriff there. Kreiner getting 51% of that vote, McKinney 34%, and then Justin Painter with 15%. Staying in Midland, it looks like Republican Charlie Hall going to win the seat for Midland County Commissioner in Precinct 1 over Terry Luck. Hall with 64% of the vote there, Luck with 36%. Let's take a look at the race for Midland County District Attorney. Glenn Hardwood, 68% over 32% for Kyle McCardle. That's 100% reporting for Midland County District Attorney, replacing Laura Nodoff's seat there. In Ector County, the race for the Ector County Commissioner Precinct 1 seat, that looks to be locked down by incumbent Mike Gardner, 51% over Linda Angley with 23% of the vote. Now, we've covered a lot of races here tonight, so you're going to want to make sure to check out our website, newswest9.com. That's where you'll have full results from even more contested races across West Texas and the entire state. That does it for us tonight. Thank you so much for watching our primary election coverage, and hey, we will see you next time.